Unconscious choices and behaviors. We often find ourselves making purchases for things we later regret buying. It could be something as small as a bag of chips or something as large as a house. Or we say something we later regret. There are many factors that come into play when it comes to our decisions. One that is rarely talked about is our unconscious. Whether we admit it or not, the things we prefer not to think or talk about still exist within us. It could be past trauma, something embarrassing, something uncomfortable. Basically anything that we don't fully and honestly share with others, and we might not even share with our closest loved ones. Our unconscious self participates in our lives, and to the extent that we don't consciously make decisions, those decisions will be made for us. Some of us go so far as to pick a career or pick a partner based on unconscious factors such as parents, society, or friends, or the desire to fit into certain groups. Sometimes facing the truth that, for example, the career we chose was what our father or mother always wanted for us rather than what we wanted. It's so hard to face that we never address it at all. But that doesn't mean we don't suffer, and we will feel the effects in our lives whether we like it or not. Having an honest conversation with yourself about what your dreams are and about where you stand, what your morals and values are, is very important and also extremely rare. For someone like me, it took plant medicine intervention to finally make the necessary changes. You could find yourself buying 3 coffees a day. You might never consider it at all. Or you could realize it's a problem but quickly dismiss the thought from your brain and move on, only to have that thought repeat again tomorrow. Because if we don't change anything today, then yesterday becomes tomorrow. And if we don't know where we're going, any road will take us there. Vulnerability is a beautiful thing and one of the keys to unlock the door to conscious living. In day-to-day conversation, you might notice when anyone involved in the conversation offers some vulnerability, the conversation immediately shifts and people start opening up. Consider what might happen if you open with vulnerability when communicating with your partner, with your boss, friends, or family. Maybe you just express your needs, what they are, and whether or not they're being met. Because if we come into a relationship and we're not a whole person, we are already removing a large part of the connection that can be made between two people. Take a moment to think about any major decisions that were made in your life and how conscious you were when they were made. Were they made exclusively by you, or perhaps under the influence of others? As well, are there any other thoughts that you push into your subconscious because you can't deal with them right now? Maybe things like, I should look at my bank accounts. Maybe I should assess my diet. Maybe I should ask for help in one area of my life. If you do find that you had unconscious decisions made in the past, it's important to forgive yourself for that and to move on. There's no need to dwell on it. Shining a flashlight on a dark space will no longer allow darkness to exist. And now you can look at future decisions and try to do so more consciously in full awareness, and you'll realize that it has a huge impact on the decisions you make in day-to-day life.